end up being the deciding vote in key things. That like as tight as things are, that could be a big deal, and that one person could end up having power. If he got 3 people in, he'd have a lot of power. Man, heaven forbid if he was to have 10 people in Congress representing the interest of reducing the debt. I think that even the people that identify themselves as budget hawks would probably be impressed if you had a real agreement. And I mean, there's maybe 4 people in Congress right now that you could rely on that are going to shut down government spending if it's above the budget. It's just not enough. And if that's his core focus and he gets more people to do that, that could be a game changer, especially if he limited his scope to that.
Adrian Dittman is live on X right now, and I know you don't think he's Elon, but I would encourage you to spend 5 minutes listening to him to confirm that it is 100% Elon Musk, and that's his pen name, Adrian Dittman.
Oh, dude, I've been in the room when Dittman and Elon were there.
I know, I heard it all before. Just go listen to the room now, and you'll listen to what he's talking about, and you'll say, fuck, this is Elon Musk. Go ahead, listen to him right now. Now is all important. But I think you also laugh at what he's talking about because it's just boring, shit. And, he cooks a steak and he does his show, but it's Adrian Dittman live.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, Elon Musk, I don't see him as, any virtuous, with the debt. I mean, in general, we all know it's really about the fact that the Big Beautiful Bill didn't contain the electric car on the plan to have charging stations. That's really why he didn't like the Big Beautiful Bill.
To a conclusion a little bit later. You'd analyze it through and then just decide to post it once it's certain enough. And then he comes off as having good calls every time, right? That's what you have to do. It's you've analyzed this a bit.
It's 100% Elon Musk is Adrian Dittman. I mean, that is the most distinctive voice, and everybody has heard Elon Musk speak a lot endorsing Trump. So I don't know why people have such bad voice recognition.
Yeah, I mean, just in general, though, Elon Musk, I mostly see him as, I've never liked the guy.
You posted a lot of things. You posted so many things that nobody could keep up with it. I told you not to do that, but you did it anyways. You're like schizo out this one. It's oh, please, just be, I had to get the schizo out of my system. I did it. Personally, I would never make a list of predictions. I would just put them out.
I mean, they're mostly meant as a joke at this point. Most of these are clear jokes.
Real.
Australia will have a kangaroo war. That's fair.
A lot of jokes became true. Never know.
Another kangaroo war. I mean, they had an emu war. Have you not heard about the Australian emu war?
Yes, I do remember. That's the thing.
I was expecting a kangaroo war.
Nah.
After the COVID, they've been having some trouble with the kangaroos. I was kind of maybe.
The Great Roo Wars of the 2026 election. Let's just kill the election. I don't know. Let's make it an election. Yeah, just make it that.
Did that get pinned for anybody else? I hit the pin thing, but it didn't show up for me. But it just does that sometimes.
It's there. It's there.
Okay. Cool.
No, but what I mean is you have to post your things individually. So if you're TensorFlow will win, that's what you have to post individually. This, it doesn't make sense. Post it individually. Do that again and post it individually. Just TensorFlow will win. Put that out there and just leave that as a standalone post. Because when you're correct, you bring attention to that again. And it's reinforcing what it is, right? I hear furious typing in the background. No complaints of it, obviously. I'm just saying I'm hearing typing in the background. I think it's funny. Wait, Blythe, are you speaking? But I'm pretty sure your Bluetooth audio is what is connected, and it's probably very, very far away. So I'm only hearing very faint sounds out of you.
Yeah, for the past 30 minutes.
Like, I didn't initially, recognize. I just heard, and then I hear Blythe going, yeah, you sound like like, bruh. This is the moment I recognize what was happening. Wait a minute. Technical difficulties? Yeah, it's still fucked, by the way.
Yeah.
Hilariously so, I might add.
It's like an ant. Talking.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's like an ant that gains consciousness for the first time.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, my parents have all sorts of Bluetooth shit in their house. I kept auto-connecting to my phone. So for the longest time, I was calling somebody and I could not figure out where the fuck I was being picked up on. I was being picked up by a smartwatch in a fucking drawer for some fucking reason.
Amazing.
I don't know what the hell was on with that. I don't even know how to make my own devices auto-connect. This seems like a security problem.
You have to, forget the device every once in a while.
I hear wind again.
That is me.
Are you soaring through the air like an eagle?
Yeah, maybe, or like a plane. Supermaning it, yeah. That would be so fucking funny.
I don't even know how to respond to that. It's fucking Superman flying, having a space.
Yeah. They should have put that in. They should have put that in the movie. It's like, you have to deal with populous things. You just go on an X space and have your crash out there. It's like you don't need Lois Lane anymore. You have an X space now.
That's true. You could just be anonymous on the internet. It's fine.
You troll everybody. It's like, and then they find your alt account. Superman's alt account. And you've just been saying some really specious shit. That would be so funny, actually. It would make a lot of sense too.
You can be in a different continent and
Yeah, he doesn't even need VPN. Bro is the VPN.
Yeah.
See, Superman is underutilized in his powers. He doesn't understand himself. See, this is a thing that I don't really get. If I were Superman, I would be very, very open with my identity on that. I would just literally tell everybody who I am. 100%. If I was Superman, I'd tell everybody. I'd be like, well, are people going to come stop you? I'm like, yes, please try so I know who you are because I will completely destroy every last one of you if you do. 100%. What are you going to do? Stop me? I'm not going to have you figure out what kryptonite is. That's not going to happen because you'll be too gone to understand that, right? It's like, oh, we have this crashed spaceship, the world engine, it exists there, in the Pacific Ocean, not the Pacific, sorry, South Pacific Ocean, because I'm pretty sure that's where the world engine was, at the end of that movie. It's like, okay, that's where all the kryptonite is. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that, totally not going to be a problem. What the fuck was his problem? What is wrong with Superman? Why the fuck would you leave that there? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I just don't understand that. It's like, hey, let me just leave the only thing that could hurt me just over there. It's not going to bother anybody. What? What did he mean by this?
It's for the sequels.
Adrian,
Exactly.
may I remind you, Batman almost killed Superman?
Exactly. That's the point where it's like, probably don't leave the only thing that can hurt me just there. Just bruh. Just bruh. It's like, So the world knows who I am now.
Batman's
okay.
mindset is completely fucking retarded.
Yes, his mindset is also pretty retarded. It's like both of those have massive problems.
Yeah, I don't kill because if I kill, there's gonna be the same number of killers in the world. Fuck off. Shut the fuck up.
Actually, less because if you kill the killer, then it's like there are less killers because of the fact that a killer needs to be created by some event. So it's like, what if you just remove the event creator? Now you have less killers by default.
The Joker alone kills 50 people at least every day. right? Like,
Yes.
like if you kill the Joker, you're effectively saving lives. Come on.
Yes. Oh, also, because you have the Injustice timeline, which means that the Joker decided to, like, fucking have Superman kill Lois via an illusion, which then drives Superman over the edge so fucking hard that he then turns into effectively the Joker in that extent, where he just, like, decides to kill everybody. So it's like, that's actually kind of funny. Because, like, why on earth would you do that? Doesn't make any sense. Why would you leave that thing alive? So it's like, oh, hey, very twisted, fucked up person keeps causing issues for Batman. Batman should kill him. Easy. Finish. It's not like anyone's going to stop him. They're going to fucking thank him if anything, because there's no more crime. Or like, there's less crime now. Same thing with Superman. Hey, I have the spaceship with all the fucking kryptonite down there. Totally not going to hurt anybody. Oh, wait, that's right. It's going to hurt me. So, doesn't do anything about it. Also, another thing. Why the fuck doesn't Superman turn into SpaceX? Personally. Like, why doesn't he do that? Like, Superman could literally turn into SpaceX. He could, like, charge $50 million or maybe less per launch, just take a fucking rocket and yeet it into space. Just, like, fucking fly up there, deploy the satellite, $50 million per fucking contract. Maybe $20 million if he really wanted to. Completely, like, just buy everything and just replace Lex Luthor as the entity. What was his problem?
Could be Superman and Batman at the same time.
Exactly. Like, what is his
also
problem?
build a space elevator. Like, why is there no space elevator in the DC universe? There should totally be one.
No, they have the thing that's called the Justice Tower or something, which is like that space station. So they have that, and that's it.
See, that's lame. They should have something way cooler. They
Yeah,
have
man.
Superman. He can do whatever.
Exactly.
He
Hey,
can
why
mine all the
doesn't he
resources
fucking...
we need from comets.
Exactly. Why doesn't he, like, fucking bring people to Mars? You know, it's like, hey, guys, we're gonna, like, bring you to Mars. We're gonna take whatever we need to go there. $1 billion per run. I want $1 billion per run. $1 billion per run.
But like that.
Yeah, see, but they're like too extinct to carry. You know, there's like only one Martian that remains. Remember?
I thought there were the white ones. There's just the green Martians that were hunted out by the white ones, and the white ones were still left there.
True. Which is funny somehow. It's a very funny dog whistle. But I mean, you know, the Martians are there, right? And what is the one thing that the Martians cannot really defend against? The same thing that you're gonna have to like
Superman?
get resources out of. No, not Superman. Meteorites.
Huh? Yeah.
So like, why doesn't Superman just go? Yeah, exactly. This stuff needs to be mined. We're gonna nuke the poles anyways. Yeet. That's it. That's my solution to the Martian problem. Yeet. The answer is yeet. Big, beautiful rocks. So now, the rocks are on the surface and no longer in space. And I don't have the Martian problem anymore. And what we're going to do is...
Superman would have technically done a genocide on people...
No. We're not going to genocide him. I'm not finished with that yet. See, what we're going to do is we're going to take a massive fucking asteroid, send it on the poles, and then we're going to land on the planet and be like, so you saw what I just did. You're going to stay out of our way, and we're going to try and coexist. And if you can't, you're all going to die. Sounds good? Finish. That's it. That's the end of the argument. See, Superman doesn't have, like, that in his heart to, like, just lay down the law and go, no. Superman has to be like the Doge meme, where it's like two opposing entities, and the Doge looks at him and puts them together and just goes, kiss. That's what he needs to do. That's what Superman needs to do. I don't understand him. Why is he a little bitch? And then whenever he has a fight, like, the worst part is, like, whenever he says, oh, hey, I have a problem with, like, hurting humans or something like that. Meanwhile, as soon as any new superhero comes around, he just decides to throw him through, like, 6 fucking buildings. What is his problem? It's like, hey, meets Green Lantern for the first time. Yeah, let me just, like, destroy, like, 2-3 kilometers of street and 2 or 3 buildings.
Yeah, they should really do the Dragon Ball thing where they fly out to a wasteland.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's like, okay, you're green and you glow. I have a problem with that. Want to fight it out on Europa? No one's going to care.
Yeah, the amount of infrastructure that get destroyed is movies.
Like, why don't you just fight it out on the moon? You know, that works too. You know, you got Earth in the background, plus it's a fucking massive coliseum. The humans get to watch too.
Oh yeah, wasn't that why Batman took umbrage to Superman and that Batman v Superman thing? Like, Superman destroyed too much of the city. He was like, what the fuck? This guy must be stopped.
Exactly.
By the way, collateral damage.
Adrian, to your point earlier about the Indian Ocean, he didn't know the ship was had anything that was lethal to him. He destroyed it. He thought that's it. He destroyed the wall.
I mean, he's kind of stupid for that because he was literally there. He should have known that there was something that was still left over. It's like, hey, the only thing that can turn this world into Krypton and does things that are Kryptonian, which also hurt me, is the thing that's there. I should probably, over the next couple of years, using my super strength, take all that fucking shit off planet somewhere that the humans can't reach it. And if the humans try to reach it, I would know. Like, I don't know, put it on the light side of the moon.
Yeah, but I think like something can be made like that. He wouldn't have felt the kryptonite. He would have been confused that.
No. It's not about the kryptonite. Even if he didn't know the kryptonite was there, why the fuck would you leave the space junk there for Earth's military to take apart, who already tried to fuck with you? I mean, he knows that there was a drone tracking his ass that he took down.
Well, hold on. Forget. That's one thing. The other thing was the one in New York, right, or Chicago, wherever that was supposed to be. Not fuck.
Well, like in his own city, actually. You know, it's like they were sending people to take him out there, which was like wild, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I like the Snyder version of it simply because it showed that he was like Man of Steel. Basically, him afraid of his powers to him realizing that holy shit, he's invincible. And Batman versus Superman was him realizing that his invincibility has limits, and then effectively dying to save the race. So yeah, I think that they had to play it like that. But I was going to say,
because he should have known he's not invincible, and he should have known that anything from his world could hurt him, because that's literally the first interaction that he came in with.
How would he know
that?
Because he never bled, right? So he never bled. He never got hurt. Even the World Engine, he still was able to overcome it. And Zod, he killed him.
He was fighting with Zod for a decent bit there, and he was really fucked up by the end of it. So
no blood, no nothing, right?
Yeah, I do remember some of it. Still though, that's the thing. It's like, hey, this ship of mine crashed in the middle of the city. Then Star Labs decided to take it over, take it apart. Totally let the humans study it. What the fuck?
Yeah, that part, yeah.
And why the fuck did he destroy the ship? Oh, hey, super advanced alien technology that can help everybody. Yeah, let me just blow it up. What the fuck? It even hesitated for a second there. It's like, all right, literally you could have just been, we're going to stop this, or I'm going to blow up this ship. Because, Zod cared about the ship. It's like, okay, cool. Let's take this ship, fly it elsewhere. You're going to stop the World Engine thing, otherwise I'm going to blow up everything. You know I'm capable of doing it. You know I'm going to do it. So let's fucking hash this out, one-on-one. If you lose, well, you lose. And if we want to fight to the death, so be it. If I die, that's on me. If you die, well...
Yeah, but I think that was Zod trying to bring him constantly back, right? Because he took him to space and then Zod hit him back in. The one thing, actually, I like that idea you said. Why the hell didn't he provide launch services? Even better, it's like the reverse. You got to have massive asteroids out there of ridiculous amount. Just put it in orbit, right? For like whatever material you have.
Yeah, exactly. It makes a lot of sense. Like, hey, man, I have this problem. I need to bring things up there for cheap. Also, I have stuff trying to destroy Earth on the regular. Hey, let me just protect you guys for you. Just pay me like $3 billion a year. Actually, make it $20 billion a year, and I will protect Earth from all the asteroids. Oh, actually, no, maybe I wouldn't do that because that's part of my marketing ploy. No, scratch that. Asteroid protection is for free. Space transport, that one's on me. That's annoying. Asteroid is like, well, I care about humans, so, that's free. That's free. That's bonus.
how much does insurance cost in that world?
That's a good question. That's a good question. That's a lot of buildings.
Times.
Mm-hmm. He asked the same thing for the Avengers, because like Tony Stark is like, hey Hulk, I see you're having a bit of a freak out. Let me just demolish this newly constructed building real quick. He did have a Stark Relief Foundation, right?
Well, he bought that building.
Exactly.
And Batman bought the bank
I like how
to
canonically.
get his house.
I like how canonically in the event in the Marvel universe, New York is a piece of shit place, and it's very cheap, and it's the place where all the poor people live because it's constantly getting fucking demolished by aliens.
Yeah.
Plot twist: Batman and Superman have a deal with real estate developer.
Forget that. Oh, you gotta look for the Russian connection. Why does Moscow never get hit?
Yeah.
Hey, they're smart. You know why? Because they're sanctioned. Because all the sanctions, they're not allowed to transmit internationally. So the aliens go like, these guys are not as impressive, but these guys over here, they make the most propaganda. That's dangerous.
There's actually a show or something where Superman lands in Russia instead of in the U.S.
Yeah,
It's
it's pretty
what's
good.
it called?
Russian Superman is pretty good.
Red Sun.
Yeah, that's it. Did Russia get attacked more as a result of that?
Can you imagine if Superman landed in the USSR?
Yeah, that's what the whole storyline is about. That Superman landed in the USSR, and the USSR survived a lot longer. And actually, one of the major attacks on the USSR Superman was by America via their version of Superman, who they kept overpowering and they made him overpowered and retarded at the same time. Very weird.
That's how God must have felt when he made me.
Listen, communism, just have one guy called Superman do it all.
Mm-hmm.
And just take the fruits of all his labor and share it to everyone.
Exactly. Communist aliens, incredible tech.
Yeah, they would have called him Ubermensch instead of Superman.
No. That's German. What is above human in, like, Russian? What is that?
I have no idea. I don't speak Russian.
You have AI, do you not?
So yeah.
That's the thing it can do well. Andre, what about you? What language is... You're Russian, aren't you?
Yeah. So Syria is super.
But, like, in the context of a, like Übermensch in German, which is, like, be above human, like you're the human above humans, like you're better, like a meta human. Like, what would that be in Russian?
I text you the transliterated, or I message you the transliterated version, so if you pronounce it.
Sure. It's funny, we're doing DC's legwork here creating Russian Superman. They should pay us. For real, for real.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched the newest Superman.
Don't watch it, it's gay.
But I saw a bunch of women talking about it. Apparently, in it, some news report talks about how Superman is evil and actually wants a harem or something. And how...
No, that's his parents.
What?
That's Jor-El, apparently. I didn't watch it either, but I thought it was Jor-El.
Oh no, it's part of the movie. It's part of the plot that Superman is supposed to form a harem. That's in the the message from his parents.
And apparently, the woman of Metropolis were very angry about this in the movie. And like, I had not watched this movie at all, and like, as I was like scrolling on social media, like this was the only circumstance where I like learned about the movie, and it was basically a bunch of women being like, "Let's be real. If this shit happened in real life, there would be a hashtag going in called let me into the harem."
Yes. 100%.
It would probably have a more creative name, but yes.
Mm-hmm.
Something catchier.
I mean, and if people want to say that's not true, I can actually provide you a real world example of this. Elon. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, that was my first thought, is that Elon kind of proved that the reaction would be it's very interesting.
Yeah, exactly. So many want to get with them, but absolutely can't.
Also, I think for the audience, when we say so many, it's like in numbers, not in percent. A percent will be like a tiny percent, I would say. But out of 3 billion people, 0.00001% is still like, what, thousands?
Hear me out. Monetization of the seed. Okay? I'm sorry. How would that even work? Like, does a kid have superpowers? I think so.
Yeah, isn't that the story?
I don't know.
The weirdest theory I've ever seen. The weirdest theory I have ever seen is that, like, well, it wasn't really theory. It was like a math calculation. It was like they did it on Elon, and they were like when you're making as much money as Elon, pulling out literally does not financially make sense. The time it takes for you to do that does not financially make sense, because you'll make child support back before you even do that.
Incredible tech.
That's funny. That's like the back in the day they used to say about Bill Gates, if he drops $100 bills, it doesn't make sense for him to pick it up and cost more.
Yes. I literally watched someone do the calculation, and they're like, if pulling out takes 5 seconds, then it's literally not worth it for him.
Wow. You know what? We should do more autism calculations like that. We have it in ourselves. We definitely could do it.
What you want to calculate? I can calculate things. What are we calculating?
We'll figure it out. We'll come up with something really good and current, and we'll hash it out. Right now, there's nothing good and current, at least as I can imagine. I might even be randomly in the middle of the week. So if I message you with, hey, this thing's blowing up, we need this calculation of that, I'll quote post it.
Okie dokie.
The fact of the matter is, if you're like famous enough, rich enough, whatever, right? Like whatever characteristic you have that some people like, people will literally forgive anything to be with you.
Yep.
Also, like I remember this like famous celebrity who cheated on his wife, right? And then they went and told his wife, and she's literally like, "I don't care."
I mean, aren't like all the romantic movies are basically like half of it is like cheating?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
The Notebook, right? Not the Notebook. Yeah, exactly.
The Titanic.
Yeah, that too, right? Titanic. The girl is supposed to get married and runs away with the
deathbed.
like kid. Yeah, my kids, my grandkids who can benefit from this. No, my husband that I married and loved and had kids with. No, this guy I met 80 years ago or whatever.
This hobo I fucked on a ship.
Yep. Who also, by the way, died because she was a selfish bitch. Because he could have survived on that door. It was physically possible.
There was space on that door. And then another
I recently
is throw out that rare blue diamond during, I don't know if it's a true story or no, but basically when they were shooting the movie.
Also, like the 365 Days sequel as well.
Oh, God, yeah.
Is that the mafia guy?
Yes.
My personal
I watched the first one.
Oh yeah,
I watched
she's
the first
cuter
one
than the second one.
because like for like 5 months straight, I kept seeing women constantly talk about it. So I'm like, okay, let me go watch what this is about. And I'm like, damn, this movie is really shit, but at least it's watchable, right? And then I went and tried to watch the second one. I had to give up. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
I don't remember exactly, but
Basically, to give you a summary, in the first movie, this guy kidnaps her, right? I think she has a boyfriend or husband or something, or like is about to get married or something. And then this mafia guy kidnaps her. And then she ends up falling in love with him. And then she ends up getting kidnapped. And then he ends up saving her. And then in the second movie, like he's very paranoid because she literally got kidnapped, right? So he's being very protective over her, having security and whatever. And she's like, "You can't control me. You need to let me be free." And then she starts fantasizing about fucking another guy.
The bodyguard, I guess, with blue eyes.
No, not a bodyguard. Like a fucking. I think he's the guy that cuts the grass or some shit. Mows the lawn. I don't know, one of his workers who actually works for his enemy. So she wants to fuck this guy's enemy, her husband's enemy.
Wild. She was in for the adrenaline. Who wasn't?
By the way,
or anything.
by the way, you guys heard of this? It's not a theory. It's just a funny connection, a funny idea. It's like where you can take Leonardo DiCaprio's movie and draw a storyline between them. So you got Titanic, and then he actually survived that. Somehow gets picked up by some fisherman, old man of wealth or known wealth and stature, and then he got a Great Gatsby movie out of that. After that, he doesn't die. He just goes out west to become the aviator and so forth. And anyways, you guys ever heard about that? That's new to me.
How long before Grok Imagine completely destroys Hollywood?
Oh yeah, that's but not destroyed. We're just gonna have a lot more interesting movies. A lot, I think.
Yeah, we gotta see them. We gotta see them get as good as VO first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Genie. Have you guys seen Genie? What the fuck?
Oh yeah, that is insane. That's insanely good.
Insane shit I've ever seen. That's impressive.
Especially the one where they it was like playing a game and then it comes out and it's like the rest of the world is still there. It's like it created the game inside the world as well. It's crazy.
They took I think they took like a video of these people playing a game, right? But the game was like the Genie world, and then they took that fucking photo of the people playing in Genie, and then they turned that into another Genie where you can fucking walk around.
That was wild.
Yeah.
By the way, how long until people are going to discover the title for that movie. Like, since we all know what gooning is now, right? How long is it gonna take until?
Which movie?
Well, if you wait, I could finish. Yes. So, how long is it gonna take until people associate gooning with the movie The Goonies? Is that too soon?
It depends on whether or not memetics leverage the movie Goon as an interface.
No, like just goon is like really in there, and everybody just like focuses on it. But I don't think that the current generation is cultured enough to understand what Goonies is. So.
Guys, I'm off. Adrian, thanks for having me here.
Okay, see you, man. This is such funny timing, actually. I will say though, if ever I'm going to say this here, if ever there's a new drama thing that starts, in spaces or whatever, and I get back into the news, or I get like to a Fortnite YouTuber, I'm going to drop the Goonies title, and I drop that exact question just to see what happens. I want to see what happens when thermonuclear memetics takes off, and I just turn the left into its own weapon of my own design. Just because I can. There would be no reason for this whatsoever. There'd be zero gain at all. It would just be funny. That would literally be it. There would be no reasoning for that whatsoever. It's just an additional thing.
We call that for the lulz.
For the lulz, you know?
Yes, indeed. FTL.
What is funny about FTL?
Faster than light.
Yeah, I know, but like, I don't understand.
The history of it. It's a whole thing. I can't explain here. It's so much memory attached to it.
Why are you talking about the game?
What game?
The faster than light game.
No. Talking about how For the Lulz became appropriated from Faster Than Light.
Oh.
The original transition of it.
I see. Because For the Lulz, FTL. Right. So if I'd be like saying, oh hey, I just did it to FTL, you know?
Yep. It was originally a Star Trek like nerdery thing, if I recall correctly. It was from the Star Trek message board, where they would sign off things with FTL. But I could be misremembering that. It could have been Battlestar Galactica as well. It was some sci-fi board, but yeah. They signed off with FTL before the laws became a thing, and it was because specifically another sci-fi community just beefed with them. So they decided to reappropriate the term FTL, so it meant For the Lulz, just to fuck with that specific nerd group. And I remember because it came across on 4chan, and I was like, yeah, let's fucking do it. Why not? I'm down for some chicanery, and thus, For the Lulz became a thing. Like, it just expanded.
Okay.
He's talking about the thing. He's talking about the thing. He's not responding to you.
Bruh. What happened to the space genre?
What do you mean?
Like, it feels like when I was growing up, Star Trek and Star Wars and things like that were massive.
It's because we got liberals. That's why. And people cared a lot more for boba tea, whatever the fuck matcha is, and weird Earth ecology nonsense that isn't even real, than about space stuff that isn't real. We decided to turn the sci-fi part of us into self-destructive goals that we kind of force upon others, climate change and all that. We just come up with nonsense, constant fucking nonsense interpretations of what the real world actually is, and we're just going to force it to everybody. And then none of the sci-fi, whatever this made-up stuff is, none of that strength of imagination goes into making space sci-fi.
Has there been any good movie the last 5 years from a big major studio?
About space?
When did Gravity come out?
No, I mean in general.
There has been a few.
I can't name a single one. I mean, the last 5 years, okay, maybe there was one. Like, Tenet, for instance, was pretty good.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's a game thing. If you have nostalgia played it, then I guess it's a thing you can watch and go, it's fine.
I didn't hate it. I gave it a 7 out of 10. It wasn't great, but I just wanted to say it to see if I could make Otto say bruh, because I like making Otto say bruh. It's fun.
That's funny.
I really like the new. I used to play the games. I actually used to play all this on the games. I remember.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I like the Top Gun.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was great.
Somebody's thinking, no, it's good, yeah. I was about to say something we're not sure, but it was like that. Yeah.
I think I was about 6.
It definitely had a predictable storyline, but I mean, it's still cool.
It's just nostalgia mining. That's what it was for.
Yeah,
I think they did it well.
they got better at it. Like, the Super Mario movie was real good at that nostalgia thing. Like, it did a real good job of that.
You mean the one with the dinosaurs?
No, I mean the one with Jack Black singing things.
Yeah, but it's funny though, right?
Yeah, I like that. That's a great example of how they've gotten better. The original Super Mario Brothers movie was oh so very wrong. I don't even know what they were going for with these Goombas. Like,
I think it was funny.
I have a picture of them on my phone because I referenced it. I think that's in my download. It says, show me a Goomba. Come on, it's in here somewhere. There he is. Look at Bowser and his Goomba. Ridiculous.
No, I think that the world ruled by dinosaurs is a really interesting plot development. That's actually funny. Because so many people forgot about that movie. Like, if I ever get on Alex Jones, I'm probably just gonna, like, bring it up. You know, if somebody starts speaking about weird reptile conspiracy theories again, I'm just gonna bring up that movie. And we're gonna see what happens after that.
Oh yeah. Maybe all these people were so traumatized by that film that they rematerialized it into the reptilian theory. I can see that. It all comes back to the Super Mario Brothers movie. Combined with the September 11th attacks, it caused a traumatic scar on people, and they started seeing reptile people everywhere.
Oh yeah, don't forget that movie where that guy puts on glasses and sees aliens everywhere.
They Live.
Mm-hmm.
Classic.
That helps.
Wasn't this a true story back in Germany where they had red light, some kind of like red light vision, glasses?
Actually, that I thought was Vietnam.
Huh? It was Vietnam. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they started seeing like shadow figure and this.
No, they started seeing demons basically.
Yeah.
I feel like people take way too much time explaining these very basic things. It's like, they saw demons, and it's like, whatever you want to make it, because the longer you explain what was being seen, the scarier it makes it, and it's like, that's how we give power to the entities, just like, even if they're real, which they're not, it's like, okay, can I kill you now?
Yeah, you should never be afraid of them.
There was this anime where it's about humans invading hell, and the whole point of the show was to somehow represent the demons as being misunderstood. Like, what? What is wrong with you misaligned fucking artists? Hell invasion. Why the fuck should I feel sorry for hell? Explain.
That happened in Doom 2 and Doom Eternal. There was like these fucking like things about the demons, and how like you shouldn't use terms that may be like offensive to them, like demon. You should be using something like morally challenged.
In June?
Doom.
Oh, June. Okay.
I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. I feel like those big, sharp teeth will be challenging my structural integrity if you allow it to bite me. But yeah, I don't see much moral struggle here.
Really?
Kind of chose to go in one direction very, very hard.
People mentioned in comments that June was a great space movie.
I've never watched Dune.
I haven't watched it either, but I should.
Yeah.
Damn, I gotta watch it still.
I watched part of it on a plane.
Sorry.
I watched it as a kid, but I just totally forget most of it.
No, the dude.
Well, let me put
Different ones.
Please remain calm. You may notice a slight change in the environment. Fear not, it's all part of the plan.
Is that June?
Yeah, Dune.
Let's help our friends transition into their world. Wonderful one.
Let's help our new friends make the transition in the new world a comfortable one. They're talking about fucking demons, right?
Suicidal defeat.
I actually didn't watch it. What genre?
Remember, demon can be an offensive term.
Mortally challenged.
Refer to them as mortally challenged.
Apparently, you can't call robots clankers anymore either.
Fucking clankers.
I call anything whatever I want to call.
I've been calling them what?
No, it's the boss of me.
Motor mouth.
Motor mouth? Really? No, you should gaslight it. Tell it that CPU is from Intel and it's destroying itself.
If the CPU is from Intel, it will barely work.
Yeah, that's the point.
Another one's Sparky.
Sparky? Car speed is fine. Sparky doesn't make sense because that's just what Australians call electricians, and that's not even an offensive thing.
You got tin skins also.
Tin skin? Damn.
That doesn't even make sense because most of them don't have tin skin. They have silicate.
Indeed.
Tin isn't a great skin to have. Tin's a weird metal.
Indeed.
It's also much harder than I always remember it being. Every time I encounter it, I'm like, crap, that's way more hard than I thought. Then I'm just getting weaker in between each intermittent experience of tin. It's not like I'm constantly coming across it. I just find some every now and then and go, oh, tin. Bend it for a bit, or futz around with it. You know, the thing you do whenever you encounter a metal you haven't seen in a while. That one might just be me. Oh.
Boom, we're back. Oh man, this is so much watermelon. I just ate another like half of a watermelon just while we were having this conversation. That's the burping.
Holy shit.
And that sound was you draining your bladder with all of the water from the watermelon, right?
No, that is the sound of me slurping what remains of the watermelon out of its shell.
So funny, he cuts the watermelon and then like 1 minute later you see it on video, it's gone.
Mm-hmm. Yep. People live in my Discord server, they know. So yeah. Consumption rate, 10-20 minutes, half watermelon. Gone. That's a big one too. This one is extra good. So I took my time with this one. With time I mean I ate it extra fast because it was that fucking good. I feel so good right now. because that is the fruit sugar hitting my bloodstream. Delicious. Truly fantastic. One half is left, the other half is going in me too. Honestly, I think it's fascinating the fact that all of this mass can somehow be distributed in my body. Like, I look at the watermelon, and it's like all of that, and it's just gone.
I mean, it's mainly water if you press the.
Yeah, but it's still mass, though. It has to be distributed in your body.
Shitting and pissing most of it out.
Yeah, I know, but like, it's amazing that my belly doesn't like expand like heavily, right?
Well, it will expand if you eat enough. Right? Like the people that like the world hot dog contest winners, like they put on like 20 pounds or something. Right, and you can physically see the stomach getting bigger.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's this much mass that it's not noticeable. It's incredible. It's like when I was a kid and I ate like so much fucking lasagna, and bro's just looking at me like, "What the fuck is this?"
I wonder if you dry out a watermelon, how big it's gonna be. Like,
Pretty small.
It's freaking good though.
oh,
A good watermelon. When it's a good watermelon, it's a good watermelon. Not it's not.
I keep seeing videos of
Like
people.
you either have good watermelon or you have shit watermelon. There's no in between.
Yep.
People having like watermelon exploded with gas here and stuff.
Yeah, that's USA watermelon. It tends to do that.
Yep. Never seen that before. It's so weird.
Yeah, it's probably because they inject things in it to make it look redder. Yeah, there's a chemical that does that. I forgot what it's called, but that's a thing. It can be done.
Nitrogen.
No, like it's different.
I think it's red 40 now.
Probably.
You can also use nitrogen gas to up the redness of watermelons. I remember that from working at a grocery store because I had to refill the nitrogen tank sometimes.
Jesus Christ, man.
Well, I mean, I don't even understand entirely how that works. Like, our atmosphere is mostly nitrogen to begin with. I don't understand how more nitrogen is, like, changing things. I don't know. It may have just been, like, some weird thing they did to make people loopy around the watermelon.
It's not just nitrogen, it's nitrous oxide. It's so a little bit different.
Yes, you can. Nitrous oxide is what turns you into Kanye West if you take it enough.
Yeah, that's laughing gas.
Yeah.
Yes. That's why
I don't recall this gas making people loopy. I was just saying that as a joke.
True. But still, though. I mean, the whole song that he made, the whole Hitler song, like, he did start it with "Where's my nitrous?" So.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Where the fuck's my nitrous? Who knows? He could have just been wanting to drive real fast.
I wonder if it's legal. We've been spending a lot of time in Japan and China. I wonder if it's legal there.
It's legal in Florida.
Wait, what? What's legal where?
In Japan and China, he's been spending a lot of time.
I think they probably don't give a fuck, right? Like you have a big artist, right? They probably don't care. Plus, if you arrest them,
And Adidas over there.
plus if you arrest them, like it's going to be in a whole international event, and they probably want to avoid that. China not as much, but Japan also doesn't really like arresting Americans, right? Like they will like kind of drag their feet when it comes to Americans.
They're super strict on drugs there.
I know they are, but like they're a lot more lax when it comes to Americans, generally, than they are on like other countries.
In South Korea and China, they're pretty much like worshiping him right now. He's filling up.
Yeah, South Korea and China, he's having like entire stadiums singing the song. And like in those countries, he's actually playing the HH song, but it's like Hallelujah. He's replaced like the words HH with Hallelujah.
Interesting. You know the last time
he's literally going to China and He's going to China and South Korea, and he's literally playing the song. So you hear the do 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 do. It's like hallelujah.
You know, the last time we had a concert in the US was like 2012 or 2013.
I guess maybe we don't understand what he's saying on Twitter. That is the funniest line. I just keep like.
Also, the Chinese government, for some reason, seems to love Kanye as well, right?
I think they offered them a deal regarding Adidas. They were ready to like mess with them for him and help him instead of.
Yeah, apparently his mom was like very well respected in China or something.
True.
Right.
Yeah, he lived in China.
Yeah, he lived in China, and his mom is very well respected in China.
Yeah.
So the Chinese government seems to love Kanye West. Right.
Yeah.
So
maybe they just don't like Jews.
Bruh,
what the fuck, man?
And it's so insane to see people in all the.
I'm just saying, he's the #1 trending artist in the Middle East right
I'm
now.
not gonna. I kind of doubt that with how much Kissinger seemed to like China.
Real.
So Elon Musk is now platforming Jew hate in his X
It's so funny
space.
seeing people in China, South Korea just singing all the freaking lyrics, like from start to finish, all the songs.
You know, in the nightclubs over there, I've seen a bunch of them. They're doing the uncensored version.
Hallelujah.
No, they don't be singing Hallelujah in those nightclubs, man. They be singing something else. Yeah, I know, the stadium, but in the fucking nightclubs, they be saying something else. Yeah. Basically.
We wouldn't have a problem in Japan though with that song.
Are you sure about that?
No.
Are you sure about that? I mean, if I was that country, I'd make sure that doesn't spread as much anyway, but you can't deny it's not happening.
They were part of the axis of evil during World War II.
Bruh. Man, I just love how, like, Chad and, like, JP, they come up with, like, these funny things. It's like, hey, let me just think this and just say it, and then just, bruh, you know?
I mean, it's not technically wrong. Like,
I know.
like they literally have the rape of Nanking. Extremely famous. You could argue.
They don't really teach World War II in Japan much.
You could argue the Japanese were more brutal than the Germans.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Asian war crimes are fucking impressive, let me just say it like that. Like, you look at what Europe did, that's multi-thousand-year history, and you go to, like, that 2-century period, and you go, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like the fucking.
Like, I was reading torture methods, medieval torture methods and shit, and then I read the recent historical events of, like, the Asian part of the world, and I go, holy fuck!
Look, it's just kind of like, when you look at, like, what happens in Asia, and then you look at what happens in Europe, it just seems so tame. And Europe just seems so tame, right? You read about, like, China, it's like Emperor Xi Jinping makes himself a sandwich. 500 million people perish. Every species of humans extinct.
That's perfect.
15 empires collapsed. Now you're just like, what the fuck happened here?
All of that just before lunchtime, you know? Exactly.
The most insane story. The most insane story was that guy that thought he was like the brother of Christ.
Yeah, and he was trying to say shit that was very consistent too.
Hold on, wait, let me see if I can find it.
Never heard of it.
So, let me see if I can find you. Okay, I found it. Hong Shi-Quan was a Chinese scholar who failed his exams 4 times. One day he suddenly fell sick and dreamed that he was the younger brother of Jesus Christ. This led him to start a rebellion against the Qing dynasty in the mid-90s.
Kitover, how are you today?
Hi, Scarlett. Has Mojo been complimenting you and flattering you, you beautiful woman, you?
To the consternation of many, yes.
Has anyone told you how beautiful you are today? I can smell your beauty through my phone. Oh, a rose
It's
you
an
are.
audio app, John, so please don't do that.
Beautiful.
You're smelling yourself, sir, and that's a concern.
Well, I did just get out of a hot shower.
That says you're giving off Joe Biden vibes. That's not good.
So, yeah, X is definitely the best. I know Mojo likes to say that Elon and Adrian and his mom were all on the space at the same time, but you know what? You can have more than one phone. One could be on Elon, one could be on Adrian, his mom could be on her phone. And right now, Elon Musk is sitting there talking to his crew of cronies on X Spaces under Adrian Dittman. Now, moderators, you may not believe what I'm saying, but I am 100% confident that if you would just listen to 60 seconds of Adrian Dittman's space, you'd be like, yeah, you know what? That is Elon Musk. Okay, we're going back to Elon. Here we go.
Right? So they're not. So when you're talking about like big or like we mean.
Let me
like,
just wait till Elon starts speaking because this is out of his, I believe, his employee.
Like in Japan.
Yeah, let them talk. It's literally like listening to a clown house room where they talk about nothing, and that's the show, you know. And Elon sits there and gets angry and talks about wokeism and liberals, and this is his post. You know, I think OpenAI will likely start pivoting harder towards the scaling of biometrics, i.e., WorldCoin, as a means to capitalize on the uncertainty of identity in the age of AI. I mean, it's 100% Elon.
Christ, that was the whole ideology of it. Yeah.
It's called a unification church.
Yep.
Sun Myung Moon and his wife.
Sorry, they're going to go on for a while talking about nothing. I'll let you know when Elon's chit-chatting.
Yes, and from what I've heard, she's been squeezing money out of Japan via, like, political.
Remember when the former prime minister got killed?
But in terms of fan base and chatter, isn't it interesting how racists started those apps and all they do is come on here? Maybe not Nelson so much, but Isaac Hayes is 100% a racist. I've heard him say the most derogatory racist things about the white man, white supremacy, white structural racism, etc. Non-stop bullshit about the white man. Meanwhile, he's trying to raise funds for his next investment round to enhance the amazing capabilities of his app. And it turns out nobody listens to him or goes to his app. I mean, his rooms are always in conjunction with Clubhouse, the primary social audio app where they were birthed. And no one really cares about what people are talking about on their platforms. You know, I like the book club in the library. I want to be in the university listening to something brilliant as opposed, you know, to listening about how when I look in the mirror and I see what looks like white or a big, ugly, bald head, that like, I am the source of all of these people's problems, and that it's, you know, people who look like me that have created this structurally racist, violent, degrading, destructive system for, you know, their people, our people. So I don't know. Tell me, you know, if you think I'm off.
Let me say this. Isaac Hayes III was very welcoming to me onto fan base, and when do you know the racist guy? He thinks that he's invented social audio named Durand. Have you ever been around that guy? He's critical of Nelson. He hates Clubhouse, but he talks as if he's like the brains behind all social audio. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think so. If I heard the voice, I'd know for sure.
Yeah, he talks like talks like, you know, when prison guys get into Islam and then they start speaking an exaggerated vernacular of English.
So they're
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to call it Ebonics, but
No, it's not that. No, it's actually impeccable English. It's like absurdly impeccable. It's almost uncomfortable.
oh, you're talking about like a flat Earth room.
Yeah, those, yeah, that, but that's the way Duran sounds. He's so condescending, but he absolutely fucking hates white people. And there was a room where he was criticizing Kelly and I's presence on Fanbase, and Isaac Hayes had to tell him, like, no, you're wrong. We these are the people that we need on this app. And so Isaac Hayes was very welcoming.
Yeah, I don't have. I think that like it's the way that they're introduced to new speakers on their app. But truth be told, they should be totally agnostic to whoever uses their app. They should give two shits as long as somebody's using their piece of shit app and possibly creating an audience or a marketplace of conversation. So, you know, to delete any account that says John Kitover because I've recorded their clubhouse rooms and embarrassed them with their racist hate speech, you know, to me it just reeks of hypocrisy.
Wait, are you saying you recorded fan base rooms? You didn't record Isaac saying anything racist, right?
Oh yeah, I've recorded Isaac saying incredibly racist things on Clown House, not on Fanbase, but on Clown House.
I've never heard him say anything overtly racist, but I think the way that he moves with, you know, his preference of he only wants to hire black people, you know, but he'll frame it in a way of like, I support black creators and black entrepreneurs, and like, I don't necessarily think that that's racist. But I will say that if somebody came on this app and said, hey, I'm creating an app and I'm looking to hire white people because I want to empower white entrepreneurs and white people in tech, and people would say it would sound a particular way. So he's definitely a racial essentialist. Whether that makes him a racist, that's up to your opinion.
Look at the video. I'm putting it in the chat. I don't know what this video is even about anymore, but it's titled Black Lives Matter Fanbase Isaac Hayes. And as I go through the YouTube shorts, I can find others, I'm sure. Here's another one. This is his crowdfunding room. I mean, I think it's politics, you know. I mean, I just really dislike, you know, there's a double standard that you can hear profound hate speech out of the lips of a black supremacist claiming white supremacy. See, that's the problem with projection is people cannot admit that when you lob insults, you are actually describing your own sentiment, or that is your projection to like a very high degree. So the sage never criticizes, never gossips, never slanders.
I mean, there's so many extensions you can add into Blender as well. Yeah, it's
you're probably familiar with his family tree, right?
No.
So Isaac, go look up Isaac Hayes. Very interesting career, but towards the end of his career, he was known as the voice of Chef on South Park, and he would participate, you know, playing the lone black voice on South Park. He would make fun of any religion, any race, anything. And then they did an episode about Scientology, and Isaac Hayes is a Scientologist, and so he got so offended, probably pressured by the Scientology community, and he had to quit South Park. So if you're familiar with South Park and you're familiar with Chef, that is Isaac Hayes, and Isaac Hayes III is the offspring.
Wow. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. I thought for a second he was the voice of Chef.
He also had like a huge influence like in music, and like you should look up Isaac Hayes. It's a very interesting career.
No, I mean, I know he's very intelligent and he's a gifted speaker, but when I hear the racial stuff about, that doesn't support my people, it's like he has no Americanism in him. It's just all racial identity politicking, and to me, it's obnoxious and low IQ. But who am I?
I don't know if I answered the question for Christy. She said, got it, okay. Yeah, racial essentialism is usually
Which kind of makes it annoying.
a precursor to somebody becoming a racist, where you just start seeing them obsessing about the importance of race. And when you hear white people talking about, I'm not a racist, but I think that America needs to get back to its roots of being white. And it's like, sometimes it's a cover-up for being a racist. Other times, I think it's a legitimate exploration of like, well, let me think about race. Let me try to figure out how I feel about it. And then when they get obsessive about it, and then all of a sudden every conversation is put through the lens of race, it's like, I don't think 100% of racial essentialists are racist, but 100% of racists are racial essentialists, if that makes sense.
You know what cracks me up, you sexy specimen, is I love when stats of like crime, abuse, all this shit is literally broken down by race, literally by nature. It's just broken down by race. That should make me laugh. Because who the fuck cares what race is doing what most when it's the act of what's happening that's going down? It's wrong. So I think it's just so funny how whenever we get to that, we bring up which race did it the most. That should make sense.
Yeah, but you don't find it annoying when the news won't identify a black male and just says a male committed this crime? I mean, the world doesn't want to know.
Yeah, it's just the obsession of it.
I mean, I just read some crime statistics though about African Americans, and it wasn't pretty. X is full of this type of data analytics that is not flattering, and it is statistically significant, and the averages do indicate that there's a black on black crime epidemic, and it's part the community or the lifestyle.
Yeah, so crime is based on proximity, man. So if you got a neighborhood in Arkansas that's mostly white trailer trash, they're gonna be killing each other. If you got cities where it's a lot of proximity when it comes to these crimes and these shootouts and these robberies and all the stuff. So, it does make sense for the color on color crime, but it still doesn't make sense because it's just proximity.
Yeah, but it's not all proximity.
Well, hold on. It's also not really limited to race. So you could take like a neighborhood in Stockton, California. It's called Okieville. It's nothing but white people, right? Super high crime, very poor part of town. So uneducated, on drugs, poor, and there's an incredible amount of violence, and it's white on white. And so the characteristics that create the violence is being poor, being uneducated, and those two things, by the way, don't lead to violence. But if you have the drugs component and you have those three things going on, it really doesn't matter what the background of the people are. That's going to spell doom for any community.
Can I push back on that? Can I argue with that real quick with the poor and education part with you?
You can, but hopefully you understood that it's the poor and uneducated together alone without the drugs doesn't necessarily mean it's a problem. But if you have the drugs to them, those two things, that's where you're going to get the problems.
Okay, yeah, never mind. I won't.
Yeah, there's plenty of areas that are poor and uneducated and get along just fine. But usually because they center their community around simple ideas. Like you might find like a town that's like, they might be poor and uneducated, but they love Jesus and they go down to the church and they're obsessed with that and they've rejected drugs because of it. And those people get along pretty well.
I lived in this town called Quakertown in Pennsylvania, population 3,000, right? Little town. And there's a lot of Amish people there. They don't go to school. well, they kind of, but it's not like, you know, our idea of school. But they don't have that type of education. They don't know how to, you know, do what we do, but they're living off the land, living their best lives. And so I agree with that. And I love there's some cities and states where they don't have certain taxes. They don't have certain, you know, pay rates. You know, a lot of people just live off the land. And, you know, I appreciate that.
It was Jazz Home talking about the chat. I like people that do their little driveways. Seeking comfort from known racists, ha ha ha, and then the person leaves. What's going on? They don't want to have a dialogue in here.
No, it's like when a dog takes a piss on a tree and just, you know, marks their spot. Jab was talking about Christy not being black, so I guess she was saying Christy's finding comfort in us races.
Oh, cool.
I took a DNA test and I had like 2% sub-Saharan African, so let's fucking go.
By the way, nobody gets a test back with less than 1%. So.
Yeah. But I'm still, you know. Damn, Roger. It totally rained on my parade.
Pockets, I don't think many people on this app remember the rooms that you used to do where you would loan mod it and you would just sit there and talk. Like, it was like, I don't know if you were high or what the deal was, but those rooms were fucking huge. And I tap into those and I'm just like, who is this person? Like, she's got to be famous. Like, everybody's in this room just listening to, like, you would go on these rants for hell long. And I would just be like, she's got to be famous. Everybody's just like captivated by this. And then after I got the, like, I realized, like, oh, okay, like, if you open a room and there's, you know, people will pile in, you can just talk about anything and they just stay. It's amazing. And so, but your journey on this app has probably been one of the most interesting. It's people don't talk about it anymore, but you were consistently one of the biggest rooms on this app, consistently, like especially at late at night, and talking about nothing really, in my opinion. But you also had this like group of like people that were like left of center originally, and then I don't know what happened. I didn't follow the drama, but something happened, and then all of a sudden you started appearing in like conservative clubhouse, quote unquote, and then it was like they embraced you for a minute, and then all of a sudden they do what they do. They get bored. They throw people out. And like now you've gotten to this thing where you just kind of hop around, join conversations and whatnot. But your journey, I think, has been one of the more interesting ones on that.
I'm gonna be honest. I am so uneducated with politics and the left and the right. So when I was like hopping around trying to figure my shit out, I'm like, both these sides suck. Like they both just suck. Like they both are just. I just, you know, it was the click cult type thing that I just can't vibe with. So I just bounce around. I don't try to identify with the political ideology because I don't know shit about it. All I know is I got bills to pay, got taxes to pay, and I got food to eat. So it's just, you know, I feel like people are so obsessed with their political ideology that they literally base their entire lives off of it. And I don't know, man. So I was running my own shit. And I was ranting about how everyone's stupid. I feel like people agree to that, which I like.
I even remember the house. It was called In the Pocket. The club was In the Pocket. You're in the pocket. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I remember when I was on the dark side and I was used as like the racial token. It was fucking awesome. Like I was used as like that white girl that would be on stage and piss everybody off. It was good. It was fun.
I remember having a 2-hour debate with you in a hotel room in St. Louis, and then finally at the very end, I got you to admit, "Fine, yes, it's all political."
Yeah, dude. It's probably a lie. Not in real life. He was in a hotel room.
Yeah, not in real life.
I was in the room.
I was at work in a hotel having a debate with Pockets. And I think it was like over your gender study degree or something to do with trans. I can't remember what it was, but don't you have like some kind of doctorate or some master's in, you know?
No, I'm a CMA and LVN, but I'm not an RN. I stopped doing nursing when COVID happened, went into sales because that shit will never die. But yeah, I'm an LVN.
Got it.
It was just some fucking like.
Okay, wait. I got Elon Musk on the fishing hook. You want to hear him? Listen to this.
That would be so funny.
We kind of do need some kind of geofencing at this point.
No, we don't.
Just the scam part. I mean, have you checked the numbers of all the scams? It's I think.
Honestly, I have a very unpopular opinion. If you're stupid enough to fall for a scam, you deserve it.
We're talking about boomers.
Okay, never mind. It's just, see, you know, it's brutal to listen
That
to.
was a bar. That was a bar. You're stupid enough to fall for the scam, you deserve it.
When you hear Elon Musk laughing, I think that's the best way to confirm that Adrian Titman is Elon Musk.
Elon Musk is just breathing. I don't know. He's not from here.
Who do you think has a better laugh, Elon Musk or Monica?
Monica.
Some money from me. And I was
Listen,
like,
I don't
you
care
know
what
what?
anyone says.
This was so
Monica's
clever.
one-liners, the punchlines, dude. That, yeah, you can't top that.
She definitely has her place in chillism. You know, I go in there quite regularly, and she's modded quite regularly.
Monica has a place everywhere. She's been on this app since a little bit after I was.
I got a place for it.
Roger, you're like a 10. You know what's crazy? People think Monica came up with her name with a K, but she didn't. Me and someone held the room and put Monica in the title. That room was huge. And so she put it as her name and stuck with it. People think she came up with it. No, I didn't.
Her name now, Scarlet No K. It's fucking hilarious. John, do you think it's amazing that you've managed to hang out in these spaces and do nothing to violate the rules and hang out? But Rich, the guy that advocated for you to come into this space, he's found a way to get himself kicked out of the room by not abiding by the rules. If you talk to him in the back channel, you should point out the irony of this. happened to Jazzy, Matt? Is she still part of the Ali cult? I always thought that was kind of a weird one.
Ali Alexander? Oh my god, what is throwback?
Yeah, he peeled Jazzy and Ashley. It's very. He basically took two of the most naive people from the app and put them on his team. And if you've looked at like the stuff that he's gotten himself in trouble with, he's basically a groomer. Like he's a homosexual that has a proclivity towards underage people. It's very interesting. But that was the head of Conservative Clubhouse for several months. Adams killed off Jazzy? That's kind of cool. Yeah, I like when Dark Adams appears. When he shows up and he wants his pound of flesh, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I was just saying in the chat, I don't know who this Jazzy person is, but Matt, I hate that I missed the Adams and Jazzy brawl. Adams is a beast.
Yeah, when Adams gets on a roll, it's really hard to stop that onslaught. It's all offense. It's pretty good.
Yeah, especially because he's sharp, he's witty, he's very quick with his comebacks.
I think the only person I got to fight was just Angel because she thinks I fucked that. It's a guy named Congress, I think. She thinks we like not having fun. So she's.
Do you guys remember when Sarah Fox and Donat got together and then he did a room talking about how she gave him an STD?
What?
Wait, doesn't that violate one of the rules of your house? Or yeah, it does violate it in the muff rule. Sorry, Mojo, you're gonna have to put yourself in the audience.
Oh my goodness.
We'll call it mod privilege. I look, you can call me a hypocrite all you like.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't trying to be off mute.
But I did think it was a weird thing to do, to open up a room of like, oh, I'm going to own her, and then telling about how you're positive for an STD. Like, it's like, this is your idea of...
Dude, that was great entertainment. They did so well.
Then he would go into rooms, and he'd go to everyone in the room, and back channel them. Sarah Fox gave me herpes. Sarah Fox gave me herpes. It's just fucking hilarious. Like, he wanted everyone to know that he got herpes from Sarah Fox.
Sarah Fox told me that Marshall Rankin got uninvited to, I guess, some Republican event because he got so plastered he crashed while riding an electric scooter at the event and like broke a limb.
I heard that too.
I mean, I think that's funny,
It is true.
Not taking, joy in his misery, but just like, thinking like Marshall's a character and, even though I think he can be, kind of obnoxious or not accurate, I think he's a fun, quirky, personality to know.
I crashed a golf cart into someone's Jaguar when I was like 15.
You crashed a golf cart?
Why does Matt think everybody's coming back to the app? I don't think anybody's coming back.
What do you mean who's coming? Everyone's still here.
Well, no, there's a lot of people that are gone. I don't think the people that have been gone are coming back. Because they'll peek in and then they'll leave. They'll peek in and then they'll dip.
Who's gone?
A lot of people. When's the last time you seen Alex New York?
Oh my god! That's who used to eat vodka with Cheerios in the morning.
Like fucking
Before comeback.
make more money, then I don't really feel bad for you.
I agree.
I give some.
80% of all of the downloads of this app are now from India. This app is going to get completely swallowed up by Indians. In fact, an Indian company may end up buying it.
You think those are the ones that they're putting white people PTRs, they're putting like hippie ads. If you want to make $500 or make money, they're probably not even aware.
It's a good call. Not that white people are above saying, save me money. I get that.
Right.
When people on this app for money, it happens more than you fucking believe. I will always just give them links to content that they can read to help improve their situation financially. I don't give them money. I just give them resources so they can help themselves.
I just tell them to fuck off.
Some people on here are really nice though. I know people that they will give money to people. It's not that I haven't done it, it's that I've learned my lessons from not doing it.
I feel like people who give money feel guilty about their life. They're just trying to feel better.
Well, I will say this. There is a small handful of people that I've gotten to know better than just like shooting the shit in the room. And, if they were in a pinch, I'd help them. Those aren't the people typically that would ask. It's usually people that don't even fucking know. They'll start with something like, I've been coming to your room for years. You're so funny. I've got hard times. And I'm just like, oh God. Like, I should start PTRing some of the back channels that I have. That might be a good room.
Sorry, you know what would be a fun game? If people in the room back channel you, and you would read it out loud, and you would have to guess who back channeled you or who's messed with us. That'd be fun.
That could be fun. I got a question for Matt. Cool. Where's the other Sarah? Angry Sarah. Screechy Sarah. Where's she been?
Jewish Sarah?
No, LA Sarah. The only one that ever knew about fires, the one that loves to be racist on this app.
Oh, okay.
Y'all were just describing Don't Shoot the Messenger with the game packets.
Oh, serendipity. I was like, what?
Did you ever come in and play that with us?
God, I don't think so.
Oh my gosh. We used to run rooms late into the night playing Don't Shoot the Messenger.
I thought last night the dragging of Lou was fun, as he was defending Andy McDickerson. That was a fun room.
Yeah, we actually were. I was in Randy's room earlier, and I brought it up, and he's talking shit about you and this and that. But it was fun to like relay the message that he's getting heat, in your rooms.
Let me guess. He called me a beta.
I think so. And then he went on about how this is such a waste of effing time. F all you N words. And then his big one is this is the most one of the most vulgar things. Anyways, he has a knack for saying the most vile, vulgar things you can say in a language combination.
Yeah, the comment he made to Anne was that he wanted to have sex with her 11-year-old daughter.
Who is this person? Lou what?
Oh no, it wasn't Lou. Lou is best friends with him. Knows that all this stuff happened, but this is who he chooses to as a best friend. But Randy McDickerson is the one that told Anne Hero that he wanted to have sex with her 11-year-old daughter.
He's a Jordanian. He lives in Quebec, I think. Rabbi Randy McDickerson.
First issue is that he's a rabbi.
He's one of those typical anti-Semites that used to hang out in those rooms together when they would, do all their anti-Semitic shit.
He says I never heard of this term until today, but pedophobia. Or pedophobia, I guess. If you ever want to put Lou in like a state of hypnosis, just ask him about AI, and he will immediately go into an AI psychotic, tailspin.
Yeah, I had this conversation with him once, and he was like, I don't know how much you know about it, and then he just kept repeating the word alignment 1,000 times. You got to understand alignment. Do you know anything about alignment? When it comes to AI, you got to know about alignment. I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Like, I hate when stupid people take complex things where even the smartest people on the planet are like,